Hey everybody, Pastor Jim here from the Indian Lake Community Church and the Lighthouse at Indian Lake with your devotional for Thursday, April the 2nd. And oh my goodness, it is a beautiful day. Sunshine, blue skies, the birds are out. This is just a beautiful time. Get outside if you can. Sunshine is so important, to be out in the sunshine in the fresh air, to lift your spirits and to make you feel better from being inside. So I hope you get outside today and are able to accomplish something in this beautiful sun. A couple of things I want to start with today. First of all, these devotions that we're doing, one of the reasons we started these is because our church believes very strongly in a sense of family. My father, who was the senior pastor for years at our church and is now pastor emeritus, taught us that there are three very important aspects to a church, a successful church, and you can define successful in different ways. But the three things that we look at are: one, meaningful spirit-filled worship; two, a sense of family; and three, pastoral care. And all three of those pillars right now are under attack, and we're trying to do the best we can to maintain those. Meaningful worship, we're still doing that online. I realize it's not the same, but still we're doing our best to provide a meaningful spirit-filled worship, and we'll continue to do so. The second thing, sense of family, that's a hard one in these times. And pastoral care. I'm used to being in the hospitals, being in the nursing homes, being in people's homes, being wherever I need to be to visit with those who are sick or in need. And I can't do that right now. And it really hurts. This is a hard time for us, not just as a church family here, but churches around the globe. It really impacts our mission, so we have to be mindful about staying connected and staying in the Word and staying positive through all of these things, through our connection with Christ. And so one of the things, though, I realized this morning, Janine Fairfield messaged me, and I love Janine, not just as a part of our church family, but as a friend of many years. And she messaged this morning, and she said that she really appreciated these devotionals and hearing my voice and seeing my face. Now, well, that worried me, because if you are isolated and to a point where you are where this, seeing this face looks good, I'm worried about Janine. If you look at all of this and you're like, oh, it's good to see that face, you know what? I'm worried about it. We need to check on Janine. And so that got me to thinking. You guys see me, but I don't get to see you, and I miss you guys. I really do. I miss our prayer breakfasts. I miss our gatherings. I miss just sitting in the coffee shop and talking. I miss seeing you and interacting with you and hearing about your joys and concerns and sharing your life. And so do me a favor, as a favor to me, and I would appreciate this greatly. If you're watching these devotionals on the Lighthouse page, the Lighthouse at Indian Lake on Facebook, put a selfie of yourself, your family, whoever you're with, put it on that page, and put a little message there, how you're doing, and words of encouragement. If you're watching these on the Facebook page for the Indian Lake Community Church, do the same. Put a picture on there. It doesn't have to be a selfie, but maybe a favorite picture of you and your loved ones, and just put a little message on there, and let us know how you're doing. Let us stay connected. Let us see each other. That sense of family right now, we need that, and so that's important. So. And if you're getting these devotionals through email and you get the YouTube link, but you're not on Facebook, that's fine. Do me a favor, if you would. Send me an email with your picture and your comments, and I'll post them for you if that's okay. And my email address is ilccpastorjim@gmail.com. Now, the ILCC stands for Indian Lake Community Church, and it's important you put that on there, because if you just put pastorjim@gmail.com, it goes to a clergy person in Michigan who originally was very understanding about getting my mail, and then eventually wasn't. And so don't email him, okay? But again, my email address, ilccpastorjim@gmail.com. All right, send me a picture, send me some comments. I'll post them for you. I'll share them with people, because we're all in this together, like I said, and seeing each other's faces right now is so critical. And when I say church family, for our church family to do this, if you've never been to our church, if you've never been to the state of Ohio, and if not, I feel bad for you. I love Ohio. But if you've never been here, never been to our church, never attended a worship, never done anything like that, and you're participating in these devotions, you're still family. So please send us a picture, send us some comments where you're watching. We would love to see that, and it would help me greatly to help connect with people. Because one of the things I'm thinking about is we're all in this together. We're in our homes if we're following the safe at home order, social distancing and all these things, and it's a difficult time. Karen was saying yesterday, she saw her grandkids from a distance yesterday and how important that was to her, and I understand that. It's a difficult time. But in this time, we're thinking and we're reflecting, we're reconnecting with God, and we're praying, and we're trying to be faithful in this Lenten season. And maybe you're even making deals with God. I don't know. Have you ever made a deal with God? I know people do that. And the thing is, someday this will be over. If you look at our readings from Exodus right now, where Moses goes to Pharaoh and he's trying to get the children of Israel set free to go into the desert, into the wilderness and worship God, and God sends all these plagues. He turns the Nile River to blood, and Pharaoh says, "Oh, that's not good." Or they send frogs and gnats and flies and kill off the livestock, and they bring darkness in. They're doing all of this, and finally it isn't until they lose their firstborn that Pharaoh takes it serious. Because he keeps saying, okay, you can go, and then he changes his mind once the crisis is over. And then he goes back to his old ways. He says, "Nah, I changed my mind." Even as they're still cleaning up the piles of dead frogs from that plague, he still changes his mind, and he won't let the people go. And it says that he hardened his heart. And I fear sometimes that, maybe we'll do that, because we're in this situation now where we know things are bad, we know things are scary, and we know things are out of our control. And that just innately forces us to turn to God and to seek his peace and blessings and wisdom and his strength in this time. But what about when this time is over? Are we going to be like Pharaoh and just harden our hearts and go back to the way things were? Because a lot of people keep telling me, they say, "You know what, the world will never be the same. The world will never be the same." And you know what I say? Good. The world will never be the same? Good. You know why? Because we can do better. We can. We can do much better. And if we use this time right now to reflect on who we are and where we fall short, what we want our society to look like, what we want this world to look like to reflect Christ and his work and love and light in this world, maybe we should spend this time imagining not the world that was, but the world that we want it to be. We probably won't go back to things being exactly the way they were before, to be honest. But if you look at that as not a negative but a positive, it kind of changes your perspective on things. Let's spend this time praying and thinking and working towards the world that we want to be, not the world that we came from or the world that we're missing right now. But let's think about how we want this world to be. And when this is all said and done, rather than harden our hearts, let's work together. Let's be the change that we want to see in this world. I can't remember who that quote's from. Maybe Gandhi. I don't know. If not, I apologize. But it's a good thought right now. So think about it. Pray about it. Think about the world that was and the world that we want to be. And then together, as a community, as a church family, as a nation, as a world, as Christians, the church all over the world, once this is all said and done, maybe we'll work together and maybe we'll make that world a reality. All right? Well, anyways, that's my thoughts for today, and I will hopefully see you tomorrow in the beautiful sunshine again. God bless you. See you soon.